back to the beginning, shall we? Today I'm going to walk you through my Korean study routine on how to sound more native. Ever since COVID has been a thing and I've kind of been stuck at home, I've been using FluentU lessons to study Korean because it gives me that real life experience that I just need in my life right now. And even though textbooks are great, I hesitate to use them, you guys. Because, well, for one, they're pricey. Or at least they are to me. I don't know about you guys. And this is my own personal struggle, but I always never exactly know how to use what I'm learning in my textbooks in real life. It's like I need the real life examples, man, you know? That's why I like using FluentU so much. So we're gonna get onto that website and we're gonna find a lesson to study with today. Let's see, today I am feeling more of the music variety, and thankfully FluentU has tons and tons of K-pop videos, which are my personal favorite. Oh yeah, something I forgot to mention about FluentU is that they teach Korean through different types of media. So they can use like K-pop music videos, which is my personal favorite. They use like hilarious commercials. Guys, Korean commercials are hilarious. They use movie trailers and just all this type of media. So when you get on, you can just choose whatever you're feeling for the day and just go with it. But yeah, today I'm feeling K-pop hardcore. So we're gonna do that. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with Spring Day by BTS. 봄날. Because that is by far my favorite BTS song. What's your favorite? Comment down below. So, what's gonna go down is that I'm gonna watch the music video to Spring Day by BTS using the FluentU platform, and the Korean is gonna show up below the video. While this is going on, I usually hover over certain words or phrases I don't know or I'm curious about, because that definition of that word will pop up since it's connected to FluentU's video dictionary, which is the best thing. I will usually then add those words to my vocab list, which is basically a list of all the vocabulary I'm working on, since my main focus today is vocabulary. I may also write down the words and the definition as well, just because writing things down personally helps me memorize things better. So, yep, we're just gonna watch that music video and I'm gonna write some notes and it's gonna be a good time. So, yeah, let's do it. 보고 싶다 이렇게 말하니까 더 보고 싶다 널 사진을 보고 있어도 보고 싶다 너무 약속한 시간 나는 우리 겁니다 이제 얼굴 한번 보는 것조차 힘들어진 우리 Well, that was epic. That song literally brought me back to my Korea days because I went on an exchange program to Korea when this song came out and I listened to it all the time while I was there. I just found out so much new vocab that I didn't realize was in that song. I didn't know how many lyrics I've been singing wrong in this song until like right now, today. Now, we're going to move on to the review section. This is honestly like my favorite section. I think it's so fun. This is where all the target vocabulary is brought up again and lots of sample sentences are given to help me fully understand the vocab. After I go through each word that's reviewed, there is a quiz section that tests you on what you just learned and what was in the song by using all these different examples. Examples that were in the song and that weren't. To see if you can like notice it, you know, in different situations. And the quiz questions are really thorough. There's fill in the blank, multiple choice, written answers, and also sentence formation as well. I usually do this for about 20 to 30 minutes depending on how many vocabulary words there are that I want to review. I could just write the vocab down or study it on my own with Memrise or something, but I find that this review quiz section is a lot more thorough and it's exactly what I need to actually keep the words in my brain. Along with this, I usually write notes of example sentences that I want to remember that I think will help solidify the information in my mind a little bit more. So we'll probably do that with some of the words. So I'm gonna get started on that and I will update you when I'm done. Dang, that review was insane, you guys. That kind of makes sense since there were like 38 target vocabulary words in that video, which is kind of a lot, so it makes sense. It makes sense. Needless to say, I took a lot of notes, guys. Like, a lot. By the way, if you guys want to see how FluentU works for yourself or you want to try it out, feel free to press on the link in the description for 2 weeks absolutely free. I really want to know if this method works for you guys as well, so please feel free to like check it out and come back here when you're done and let me know how it works for you. I'm excited for you guys to try it out. Now back to the studying. So since my focus recently has been vocabulary, I'm gonna go through the vocabulary sets that I have made on FluentU, just to review a lot of things that I've learned. Like I was saying before, you can make your own vocabulary sets with FluentU, and I usually make a vocab set for each video that I study with. So the reason I use flashcards with FluentU is that whenever you review things in this like sporadic, random fashion, it just helps get the information in your brain, helps keep it up there. So today I'm just gonna go through the vocabulary sets I've made within the past week or so, which will take about 15 to 30 minutes depending on how thorough I wanna get. So yeah, and I will get back to you when I finish. If you're enjoying this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up to let me know. Okay, now that my brain is significantly fried, I'm gonna take a quick break-ish and call up my Korean friend. So my speaking skills in Korean used to be very bad, like really, really bad, because I never practiced. The secret to being good at speaking Korean is to just not be afraid to speak, you know, to practice, which I was always so afraid to before. And it can be hard to keep up the speaking skills when you're in quarantine or like alone, like me. Thankfully though, I have an amazing Korean friend that I talk to regularly in Korean just to keep up those skills. This gives me a chance to, you know, practice speaking, but then also bring up any points that I have about grammar questions or anything about the vocabulary that I learned with FluentU, like anything like that, I can just ask them and get an immediate answer, so it's great. If you're not like me and you don't have a Korean friend to talk to, thanks to the internet, there is still so many ways that you can find somebody to talk to in Korean. Try HelloTalk, Bilingual, HiNative, or Tandem. Those are my recommendations. These apps help you find the perfect language partner for you. You can help them with English or whatever your native language is, and they help you with Korean. They're all super chill, really easy to use, and really helpful if you don't have a friend to talk to. But since I already have friends to bug, I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. I usually speak to my friend about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on the time that she has as well. So I'm gonna do that, and I will get back to you when I am done. I love talking to my friends so much. That was such a good time. I feel like my energy is a bit restored. Even though it's really helpful for my speaking and I do learn a lot, it's kind of like a nice little break without really taking a break, so I love it. I usually like to end my study sessions pretty chill, whether it's watching K-drama without subtitles or reading something really entertaining in Korean. You know, chill stuff like that. Today I'm feeling more like reading Korean webtoons because that's what me and my friend did end up talking about, her favorite webtoons and my favorite and stuff like that. Reading specifically really helps my overall comprehension, and like I said, it's entertaining and relaxing and just really fun. I read my webtoons on the Webtoon app, the Korean one, and the webtoon that I've been reading recently is 여신강림. I usually read for about 15 to 30 minutes depending on how I'm feeling. Today it might be 15, but yeah, it's always a fun time. I love it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with that. That was awesome. I love using webtoons to practice my overall Korean comprehension. It's entertaining but educational at the same time, so it's just like perfect. That's why I love this study routine that I've created for myself with, you know, all the media on FluentU, plus talking with my friend, plus like, you know, overall comprehension with Webtoon. I try to do something like this study routine about 2 to 3 times a week depending on my availability. I really like how I can set an area of focus with FluentU for my study sessions. I'm trying to think, like, if you do this consistently for a year, I can't even imagine how much like Korean comprehension and speaking and all that would actually improve. Maybe I'll check back with you in a year or so and let you know. If you want to try out the same study routine or review all of the resources that I mentioned in this video, I made a free PDF for you that's in the description below that you can download for yourself and access. Now I have the perfect video for you guys. It's how I use Netflix to study Korean. It's right Over there, I recommend you some of my favorite shows and how I personally do use Netflix to learn Korean. I think you'll really enjoy it, so I will see you over there.